Stories before at the Phoenix Zoo when experts do some like pulling an impacted tooth on a tiger, or perhaps the encouragement of breeding between the animals.
All right, so today we're talking about a story that involves swabbing giraffes' tongues. The hope here, to raise awareness by getting you to buy some new clothes.
Oh, here you go, buddy. These are your favorite, huh? Can I get more swabs? Cool, thanks.
You have to look close as we zoom in and slow down the video here. But what's on that cotton swab in Darren Grandmason's hand could end up hanging on your wall or on your back.
That's what the shirts really do. They act as a tool of engagement and a new thing to talk about.
Darren is a genetic artist whose business is called, well, DNA on a shirt. He's teamed up with the Phoenix Zoo to put the animal's DNA on shirts. And the first one is already out, honoring Duchess, the famed orangutan that died earlier this year after living 50 years at the Phoenix Zoo.
We have her genetic fingerprint, her DNA fingerprint with her image imposed in the background. She really left an amazing legacy, and that's what this is in honor of. And truly I'm honored because this is our inaugural tee.
So, Duchess's DNA on the front and a message on the back.
So really explains a little bit of a personal history about the animal, but more important, it points to a lot of statistics about the conservation of that animal. Current populations, their habitats, things like that.
And conservation's important to Darren. From t-shirt sales, he gives 20% back to the zoo, specifically for conservancy efforts. It'll take about 2 months from today's giraffe tongue swabbing to shirt selling.
How do you go from getting the DNA here on the swab to getting it to a t-shirt?
I extract the DNA from the swab, and then we amplify that DNA. And then we use these group of tools called primers to actually give you the genetic print. You want to tailor it to the animal. Like with the giraffes, we're going to do a really cool hybrid with the hide and the genetic markers.
Now, we have a ton of pet lovers who watch us here on EBB Live, and you have tons of questions like, could Darren map your dog or your cat's DNA? He can, and that's how this whole business got started. Let's welcome Darren here in studio to give us the history. Thanks for being here, Darren.
Oh, thank you.
We appreciate it. So let's go back in time. This whole thing started when you took the DNA of your dog and then made some artwork out of it.
Yeah, actually, I was doing a genetic study, finished up early, and I had access to the equipment. So I went home and I swabbed my dog. And I ran his print, and it actually came out really interesting, and he was black and white, so I blew it up and it was a big black and white print. And from there I got friends asking to do theirs.
So it really grew organically from there. You also got some TV coverage, you know, you had some reporters who were interested, you had some good media coverage, but then you started getting requests from pet owners worldwide.
Oh, yes. Yeah. South America, Australia. I've done more pet prints than people.
Okay.
In fact, people, well, and you can understand, I mean, people are absolutely enthralled with their pet.
Sure.
Yeah, beyond.
Let's talk about another milestone. You teamed up with TGen, and you were able to do some awareness about diseases like cancer.
Yes, actually, we placed a genetic face on disease. So we highlighted the particular markers that might be relative to that particular condition.
Okay.
For instance, breast cancer would be BRCA1 and 2 and some other supporting markers, and put that on a print. It came out, it was a very interesting pattern, came out on a shirt, and yeah, we aligned that, and charitable contributions went back too.
It's interesting the variety of requests that you get. When you and I had a chance to talk at the zoo earlier today, you were telling me that you also get some sad requests from people who've lost loved ones.
Oh, yeah. And that's a side of this art that I never anticipated. Was I get a lot of deceased requests. I get people that, you know, loved ones have passed away, and they have, you know, anywhere like toothbrushes or hairbrushes, or even some of the pets, the old chew toys. I can pull DNA off of that also.
Let's swing it back here and talk about the animals. That will bookend, since that's how we started, so we'll kind of end it here with the animals. Tell me about some of the odd animals that you've been able to mark their DNA.
I've done almost every kind. We've done birds, avian, you know, the gray parrot, African grays. We've done iguanas. We've done thoroughbred horses.
Yeah, you've done a deceased Kentucky Derby winner.
Yes.
You got the DNA from a horse that had died.
Yes. We pulled it from a serum sample from blood and actually got a print.
And I want to point your attention to our monitor right now. Here's what we're showing viewers. That is a close-up there of the swabbing of an elephant over at the Phoenix Zoo. So that will also be part of your work once you wrap it up with the giraffes.
Yes, we have actually 5 animals slated for identification and for the fingerprinting. And I collected samples today from a tiger and from, you saw the elephant.
Right.
And then, of course, we're doing the Oryx, which is iconic because Kpnx was instrumental in helping prevent the extinction of that animal.
Wow.
And that's epic. That really is.
And you know what? That's epic, too, in terms of Duchess's shirt. That's your inaugural one. And again, you're talking about an animal that lived over at the Kpnx Zoo for almost 50 years. Very quickly. Listen, we've dialed up all this curiosity. I bet viewers are out there going, how can I get in touch with Darren? Do you want to throw out a website or a phone number?
Oh, yeah. We have DNAonashirt.com.
Easy as that?
Easy as that, yes.
Darren, thanks very much. Let's do this. Let's make another date here on EVB in about 8 weeks or so and bring those giraffe shirts back in once you get those finished.
I would love that.
Okay.
That would be fantastic.
We'll
Thank
see
you.
you then. All right, Tram, over to you.
Fascinating stuff.